In the run-up to Jalandhar Lok Sabha bypoll, there have been many topsy-turvy turns. Today there was one dramatic event. Surinder Chaudhary, who is the nephew of Congress candidate Karamjit Chaudhary, and he was ex-MLA from Kartarpur. He had joined Aam Aadmi Party a few days back in the presence of Bhagwant Mann in Kartarpur. Today he's back in the Congress, sort of ghar wapsi, and here we talk to Mr. Partap Bajwa, who's the leader of opposition, and we ask him how it all happened and how this turn of events. It's a very interesting turn of events. How did it happen?
See, one thing I want to just give, that this is the oldest Congress family of Punjab. Their grandfather joined the Congress in almost 1927. So maybe another 4 years down the line, it could be unclear. So I think so when he went, we had some very genuine debates which were overlooked in the captaincy government and subsequently later also. What he explained, and see, we were after him since the last couple of days. His family, his immediate family, his supporters in Kartarpur, they were not willing, they could not digest how could he join the AAP. And he himself conceded, that by yourself, I took a decision which I felt was totally incorrect. It was against my own grade. I felt very uneasy at these people because I felt there is neither wrong nor sincerity at this.
Just as to a matter of 3 days,
See, he felt it. He felt it that there is neither any wrong or sincerity. This is what he told. There is no wrong, there is no sincerity in this party. They can leave anybody midstream. Number two, what I want to say is that this is just the trailer.
Okay.
The main film is going to come later. It will teach these AAP guys a lessons. I have taken up this challenge of Bhagwant Mann. He went all the way. See, it was Bhagwant Mann who intervened and brought Sardar Singh Majithia in. He arranged a rally over there. And he now has an egg on his face. He has brought a person back, and we are going to bring a lot of other people who have left. And maybe a number of other people from other parties, we also invite, who today feel the biggest threat to the security of Punjab is these AAP guys. If the AAP are so years in Punjab would be in a very, very critical condition from the law and order, from the economic point of view. And for the interest of India, most of the people have this feeling that there's a tacit understanding between the BJP and the top leadership of the AAP. You will understand it very slowly. Wherever the AAP has gone, it has never damaged the prospects of the league. It has rather damaged the Congress, and subsequently it has added to advantage for the BJP. It could be Gujarat, you see me precisely, when they broke away around 13% of Congress votes, and they ensured a third, 3 to 4%, 3/4 majority for the BJP. They have done a similar exercise in Uttarakhand. They have done a similar exercise in Goa. They have done this, and what I feel is it is the RNA. See, I'm saying something with a lot of clarity. I have a lot of knowledge about it. RSS wants me to cover even the space of the opposition. They want a party which is close to the ideology of the RSS, which could also be waiting in the wings. Number one is the BJP. Then they also have a similar party which is wedded to them, but could be waiting in the wings to come in power. So on both the fronts, the ruling front and the opposition front, they are basically trying to capture both these spaces. And here, most of the Indians who are secular, who are nationalists, who are well-meaning, must understand that you have to support a party like the Congress to keep these kind of elements at sea.
I think that ex-CM Charanjit Chamiri's BD somebody they were advanced held a press conference yesterday. Today, the AAP spokesperson here, Vismalvanda Khan, he counter-attacked and he said that these are all crocodile tears which are being shown by the Congress and especially Chandigarh.
I just want to ask their spokesman that the tears of Arvind Kejriwal are what? What kind of tears are theirs? If tears of Charanjit Singh Channi are crocodile tears, what are these tears? Are these hyena tears? If Channi's tears are considered to be crocodile tears, then Arvind Kejriwal's tears must be thought to be like the hyena, the wild hyena's tears. So they don't see, once cases are registered against them, people like Sisodia, Manish Sisodia and Satinder Jain are put in jail. They keep crying hoarse that the BJP is trying to somehow bundle us out. And your vigilance does a similar exercise in Punjab. They pick and choose. What could be a clear-cut act of, you could say, vengeance, where firstly Charanjit Singh Channi summoned on the 12th because our candidate is filing a nomination on the 30th. Then when Charanjit Singh Channi informs the vigilance that I will not be able to bear on the 12th, so they give a subsequent date of the 20th. They ask him to bear at 10 in the morning. He says yes, but once he comes for filing of papers, and then he addresses a press conference where he basically raises issues of Dalit atrocities by this week, the anti-Dalit face of Bhagwant Mann and Kejriwal. So that upsets the government to no end. And what they do is one of the most foolish political mistakes. That very day, the vigilance sends him a summon again on his mobile that you have to now appear subsequently on the 14th morning at 10. So that shows there is no, basically nobody can see justice from. They have already made up their mind. They have a preset mind that they will call the main opposition the Congress. Firstly, they will try to bring in a bad name to the leaders and the party. And thirdly, they want to run the vigilance as the central BJP is running the ED and the CB. They are also making use of the central agency. There are no two opinions. They are doing a scrutinies in
Modus operandi.
Modus operandi is the same. There is no difference. Or they are trying to control Modi's, the way the Prime Minister is controlling the press, the national media in Delhi, the same way the state media is being controlled by Bhagwant and his critics. The way they are using these agencies to browbeat the political opponent, the same way Bhagwant is doing a similar exercise.
A point that Mr. Khan spokesperson he made today is that Mr. Channi stayed in the US for about 8 months. So how come if he's a poor, hails from a poor background, how come he could bear so much expenditure of his 8-month stay there in the US? And who all people were there behind him who sponsored his stay there?
I would like to ask their spokesman that half of the MLAs have come from abroad. Number of them, there are 8 or 10 of them, or even more, who had come from there. So can they explain from where they stayed for such a long time in Canada, America, and the European Union? But this is, I think so. Tomorrow, how many Punjabi families there? If somebody wants to go and stay with his relatives or friends, you can stay for years together. If you have a visa, there is no problem somebody staying there. There are students who are born from poor families. They have taken admissions over there, and after they have done their courses, they are staying there, working there, doing so many other things. So this is totally, I think so, the very questions of the our representative is totally unprofessional.
To counter this anti-Dalit attack, which your party is making against Aam Aadmi Party, they today organized one event, which was perhaps near Ropar, and where Mr. Bhagwant Mann went, and they were to plan some kind of Guru Ravidas Southern Name. So what is your narrative?
That they were trying to organize a number of sadhus, sadhus and saints over there, were basically have their own deras, who are generally from the Dalit segment. They wanted to bring a lot of it, and the saints over there, or deras over there, and charges of the deras. But unfortunately, people did not tough. And the inauguration that had to be done over there was then postponed. It was postponed because the expectation of the people, the expectation of the Dera chiefs who were to next was not up to the mark. Very few people had turned up on the invitation of the deputy commissioners. They had involved the deputy commissioners of both Nawashehar and of Ropar and Hoshiarpur too. And the program was cancelled at the last moment when the CM was informed by the intelligence wing of the Punjab police that, sir, where you are going, there is nobody there. So that's why they put a lid on the inauguration store. Has been covered by a cloth. Okay. It has been covered. It was ready. He had to come and inaugurate. He wanted to distribute some funds to a special Dera over there, and nobody turned up. So this shows that most of the Dalit leaders, the Sant Samaj of that forest, is completely upset with what he has done to Chennai. And the anti-Dalit ways that he has shown, that Chennai's government had allotted almost 100 crore rupees to the PTU to make a panorama on the life and achievements of Dr. Ambedkar. Nothing has come up. He had given 50 crore of rupees for a research center of Guru Ravidas at Dera Banda. The money was stopped. The money had got 50 crore. 50 crore rupees, 25 had gone and 25 was to come at a later stage. And 25 was already in the accounts of the trust that was made. So that money, when the government changed, that money was taken out of the account of the trust, where Papaji, who is head of the Banna Dera, is the chairman of that. The deputy commissioner is the secretary. 3 of the trustees of the Dera Banna were on board of directors. So that money, along with interest, because that money remained with the trust for around 5-6 months, even they were charged interest on that. That money was taken back. Unfortunately, Chaudhary never expected a by-election, and once that happened, they were forced to again issue a check to the same trust, but not even a single rupee till date has reached the, you could say, coffers of the trust. It's not gone into the accounts of the trust. And number 3, he had also, what he the other day was saying was that he had also proposed 100 crore rupees to the Ram Tirath at Amritsar. The contract was already done. Work was to start. Money was provided. But nothing has happened either at Ram Tirath in Amritsar nor at Dera Banda. And nothing has taken place on the name of Dr. Ambedkar. So obviously it shows a complete anti-Dalit trend on the mindset of both Arvind Kejriwal and the work part.
Interesting turn of events. Let's see how it all what's up in days to come. There's still 20 things.
I think so. They are going to day by day. What I feel is initially they did also get a kind of a bit of a fellowship by breaking people. See, this is one party which said we are not going to take kachra of the other parties. It's so unfortunate that their own member of parliament is not found from amongst them. That means they had 4 MLAs, out of which I think so 2 or 3 others. So even Bhagwant Mann he did not have the strength or the confidence to field his own MLA as a member of parliament. He could have chosen a well-meaning Dalit, either from the armed forces or from educational background, or somebody who would have been a vice chancellor or a professor or a teacher. But this is one party which said, we will give a ticket to ordinary man. He could be to Pagodevana, he could be Gopi Kulfivana, or a Redevana or a Rikshavana. But then subsequently he had to basically find a congressman, because that issue was even a defeated Congress leader is better than their sitting MLAs. So this is also a clear-cut direction to the AAP cadres, and as the cadres of the AAP, to the AAP, whatever they call them, the volunteers of there, and the MLAs and the leaders, that Bhagwant and Arvind have no faith in.
Quite a strong attack there from the Congress side. Let's see how AAP reacts to it in the coming days.